welcome to Something Witchy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch rewatch podcast. I'm Lara Cotter.
And I'm Skye Richard.
And we've made it to season 4. I need some trumpet music here, Skye. With it being a new season, well, do we want to do Parasite update or Patreon ideas first?
Great question.
Do you have a Parasite?
I don't know. So,
okay.
Here's the case for do I or do I not have a Parasite?
Okay. How graphic is this going to be?
Not very graphic.
Okay.
So, I basically live part-time in Colorado, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Back out in Colorado last week, well, at the time of recording this, and I got a salad kit from Safeway. Originally, I wasn't going to have dinner that evening. I'd finished a long hike. I landed in Grand Junction for the night, checked into my hotel. And then I was like, do I want to eat? Do I not want to eat? Looked at fast food options and I was like, well, that's not really healthy. And I should eat healthy. So I go down to Safeway and I'm wandering around. I'm like, this Southwestern salad kit looks fine. And so I grab it and go back to my hotel room and I eat it. It was a pretty mid salad. It wasn't a great salad, which is even
Are those salads ever great?
I don't know, but I'm gonna get a Parasite. I want it to be from a good salad. That's my only wish in life now that I realize this. So yeah, that was a Thursday night. Friday, go hiking in the morning, drive back to Utah. Everything's fine. And then Saturday afternoon, my tummy gets a little upset. And it's okay, well, I had a greasy burger at Liberty Park concession stand because it was Pokemon Go Festival. So maybe it's just, from having a greasy hamburger and some fries. And I did have a coffee float, which was custard and coffee. And I was like, oh, maybe choosing sugar is a bad idea. So, justifying it in my mind and all that there. And then Sunday, I wake up and I just feel terrible. It's extreme nausea where if I stand up, I feel like I'm going to start puking. And I do not like puking. I will do anything I can to avoid puking.
I mean, isn't that a fairly common sentiment?
Well, I go to extremes to not puke when it's really just let yourself puke. You'd feel much better if you just puked. So I'm not feeling good. I'm having stomach cramps. I'm achy. I have, for me, what is a low-grade fever because my body runs cold. 98.5 is actually a fever for me. So just in bed all day, feeling utterly terrible. And I went back onto TikTok, confession time, because TikTok is where you get all the good travel spot recommendations. As I prep for Scotland, it's well, I need my fix. I need to see where I want to go. So I'm scrolling TikTok and it's either TikTok or Instagram. I see a graphic of the hot spots for this Parasite. And it's Minnesota. And then it's Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I was oh, well, that's not great. Monday felt terrible as well. Yesterday felt terrible. Actually ate some food last night and it was okay. So less crampy, but still just fatigued and some nausea overall there. And those are the only symptoms. If I were to have this Parasite, I'm fairly in the asymptomatic category because I don't have the terrible symptom everyone's getting. But also, as we've discussed, I'm allergic to loperamide. So if I were to have that symptom, I would be even more miserable because I could not treat it because I am allergic to all antidiarrheals.
Apparently they give you antibiotics for this.
They do, but to treat the symptom of, I won't be able to.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's sort of this ebb and flow of, do I feel okay? Do I not? Are the cramps coming back? Am I nauseous again? Am I getting small fever again? So who knows? I fly to Scotland in 5 days. So I don't have time to get tested just in case.
Do not eat a single vegetable between now and then.
Yes. So if I do have, a small amount of the Parasite, and this is quote unquote, a mild case, the Parasite gets to travel abroad for, a month.
Please don't be the typhoid Mary to our UK counterparts.
Luckily, it's not transmissible.
I mean, it's got to be transmissible because how else is it getting passed around?
It's hard to do human to human. It's all poor agricultural practices, especially here in the US of A, because we've made it great over here again. So yeah, in a month when this episode releases, maybe I'll know if I have a little parasite friend. Or, this is just a terrible stomach flare-up like I've had on and off for my entire life.
Well, I still think we should name it.
I mean, yeah, we can do a poll of what the parasite should be named, the theoretical parasite. It's just weird timing to have a stomach issue or flare-up or whatnot at the exact same time as this happening, and the fact that I had a very sketchy salad kit while in Colorado.
I never trust those bagged salads because they're always being recalled for like salmonella, E. coli, parasites. I just never trust them. I'd rather get a full head of lettuce and let it go bad. Well, thanks for that exciting parasite update, Skye.
You're welcome. Totes exciting. It's Schrödinger's parasite.
Patreon ideas. So we are entering a new era. And this era is going to be, let's see if we can pay for this podcast.
Can pay our bills.
I was thinking, this is the first time I've talked to Skye about this on air, live. It's exciting. I literally just opened up my threads to look at what I posted, and I come across a post that says, "Sorry, marijuana, the devil has a new lettuce." Anyway, so I started posting on threads. My first idea was, what if we started a Patreon and it was just full of cat and plant pics / videos, or gossip time with me, because I just love random gossip about random people. The other thing that I posted on the Instagram, we get a phone number, like a Google Voice number, and people can call and leave a message for one of our cats to talk about gossip, your shitty job, what's happening on your favorite reality TV show, etc. There's Instagram accounts of like teachers who have like telephones for their kindergartners to call in and tattle on their classmates so that the teacher's not being interrupted all day long with like nonsense tattling. And so it's like become like kindergarten gossip on the phone. I just want people to call in and give me their gossip. I love random people's gossip so much. Or like we could do like our passions stuff on the Patreon. We could do like behind the scenes stuff. I'm not going to promise like you're going to get a sticker every month. I don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. It's going to be sporadic. It's going to be when we remember that we have it. That's why I said cat and plant pics and videos, because those will be easy for us to do. Or just like maybe it's an outtake of one of our recording sessions or something like that. I don't know. If you'd be interested in supporting us through a Patreon, let us know in the comments on this episode, wherever you're listening to it at. Well, limited to Spotify and YouTube, because those are the two that I can access the comments at. Oh, I think I can access the Apple podcast comments as well, or like on our social medias or in our email. Like, let us know if that's something you'd be into, because we would enjoy continuing to do this. We're still going to do it, I think, one way or the other, whether or not we get paid. But I think we would enjoy it more if there was $5 at the end of the rainbow.
We can each have a soda once a month.
Yes. We can get a Nutrageous bar.
Yes. Hey, why doesn't Nutrageous sponsor us? Forget Planters, peanuts.
They do not have a social media presence. I tried to find them. And even the Reese's social media presence is lackluster. Smarties has a better social media presence.
Whoa.
Yes, I tried. Well, that was like 20 minutes of nonsense.
It was like 10, but yeah.
Felt like 20. I have two options for a question. First would be, who would you zap in for a private concert? And the second is, which monument would you like to live in? You can answer one or both.
Florence Welch would follow her if she made a cult, so would love a private concert. Monument, Hierapolis, the ancient city of Hierapolis in Turkey.
All right. Mine would obviously be Kesha. No one is surprised by that. Because I also think she'd be good for conversation. And we would have a fun time, and she would teach me how to use my dowsing rods, and she would probably tell me my future. And I would love that. For monuments, I'm going to go, I want to live in the head of the Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro. And I can look out across the land. All right. Are we ready for season 4?
Let's have some more.
I thought you were going to leave me with just silence, and I was going to be so mad at you.
I blame the parasite for any and everything that may happen this episode.
It is season 4, episode 1, titled No Place Like Home. TV guide description: Sabrina goes to live with her father in Paris. streaming description, Sabrina's senior year of high school gets off to a rocky start.
They both suck a little.
But at least TV Guide is getting to like the snappier, not rambling. I say
true.
that. And the next one is probably going to be.
Yeah, you did that to yourself, though.
Oh, you know what? Nope. They're all looking pretty decent. They're like a couple sentences, but they're not too bad this season. So, all right.
TV Guide also changed this season, and not just everything
Everybody switched up season 4. It originally aired September 24th, 1999. Linda Day is returning as our director, and Dan Berenson is returning as our writer. Our guest stars. In a new recurring role, we have John Huertas as Brad Alcero. He is from This Is Us, Castle, and Moesha. And I've watched all of Castle twice now, and I am shocked that I did not recognize that was Brad. He looks very much the same person. We have Britney Spears as herself, and I'm not going to talk about her because we already discussed her on the CD episode. We have Doug Sheehan as Edward. He was in Day by Day, Knots Landing, Passions, and Clueless, the TV show, and he sadly passed away June 29th of 2024. Jacqueline Schultz is Gail from The Lost World, Jurassic Park, The X-Files, and The Practice.
This is a new Gail, correct?
Yes, new Gail, new dad. At least they got Gail.
It's true. They remembered that Gail exists, just not the original Gail. Or original dad, so.
It's a low bar. To be fair, we haven't seen the dad in so long that no one would have remembered what he looked like.
Who knows what living in a book does to you? It could have, like, alter you.
Sure. Yeah. Jerry Hawk is the custodian from Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat, Superstore, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Jeremy Maxwell as student from Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Cars 3, and Despicable Me 4. Dude loves a sequel. And lastly, we have Holly Town, just as Girl, from Dumb and Dumber, Bring It On Again, and Seventh Heaven. What are your overall thoughts on this one, Skye?
I dislike Brad. We lost Libby and Valerie, and we gained a Brad.
Yes.
Ooh.
For all of our time spent talking about how we needed Harvey to have a friend, my response is not like this.
Yeah, this is the wrong type of friend. We want a Gordy or a Salem, not a Brad.
Or a Dashiell. Brad does not get better.
Oh, I'm sure. My initial guess for this episode, I'm sure it might change and he might just be a douchebag. But I was like trying to justify his behavior and be like, oh, he's secretly like a witch. And so he's trying to like avoid Sabrina to, not give it away or not like give up his identity for whatever reason. But he's probably just a teenage douchebag. So
you are closer than you think.
Werewolf. Teen wolf.
I will not spoil it for you, but I will say you're closer than you would have thought.
Nice. Look at me. I'm starting to learn what they're doing. I'm learning their ways.
We figure out in episode 10. Oh, wait, we might actually figure out sooner than that. We for sure know by episode 10, though.
Well, I'll figure it out even sooner because I'm smart at solving these things now because of the trauma.
Oh, we learn about it next episode.
Well, I'm going to say I solved it then because no time left. It was a good season opener. I didn't hate it. I can't say I love it at this point because it was the first and I'm really not happy with this Brad dude. So I don't even know what I'm saying, Laura. My tummy hurts.
Suck it up.
I am. So hard. I'm talking about 4.1. My thoughts and feelings and overall ratings. I think it was a little melodramatic.
Yes.
The aunts and Hilda especially. Like Salem, yeah, he's meant to be melodramatic, but the aunts were a little too much anxious attachment now to Sabrina, maybe, since she's only been with them for like 2 years and all of a sudden it's the end of their lives that she's growing up. 3 years.
We repeated it.
Time, whatever. So that was interesting there. And Harvey's a bit of a dick as well in this. So
yes.
So I did like the episode despite all of that of which I just said. It was a good first episode.
I overall think it's fine. It's not the worst episode of season 4 for me. I think I already warned you that season 4 I think is the one I hate. Yeah.
The change.
Although 5 is close. It's fine. I don't care for Brad. I understand why they put Brad in for the conflict.
Mm-hmm.
We could have still had Libby. We still have Mr. Kraft. She doesn't have a friend to like be in her corner or back her up anymore. And that kind of gets solved the next episode, but not very well. I think her just being like, well, I'm just going to leave and go to Paris is a little bit extreme for the Sabrina we know. I feel like that was a little bit out of character of a response for her to be like, my aunts went to a movie without me. I'm going to Paris. All right. Should we get into our notes?
We should.
We start with our cold open where Hilda and Zelda are planning Sabrina's 18th birthday party. They can't believe she'll be leaving home soon. They start crying. Sabrina arrives home and they zap on magic smiles. Sabrina is excited for this year. Libby's parents sent her to a boarding school. My note here is knowing what we know now about a lot of boarding schools. That's a big ol' yikes.
And what a lame way to get rid of Libby.
It's such an awful way to get rid of her.
Terrible.
Which is worse, Libby going to boarding school or Valerie going to Alaska?
I think Libby going to boarding school.
Oh, I think Valerie going to Alaska. Like, doesn't even make sense.
I'm sure there's safety things her dad can inspect up there.
Ice road, trucker roads.
Yeah. I thought Valerie would be like a couple throwaway lines as well, but like for the first half of the episode at least, like it's almost sort of like a focus on the fact that she's not there, which surprised me.
I mean, the actual time they spend talking about her is not very long, but it takes place throughout a lot of the episode.
Sabrina says about Libby going to boarding school, I guess Children of the Corn Academy has reopened. Children of the Corn is a short story by Stephen King that was first published in March 1977 in an issue of Penthouse. It's also been adapted into several films and a horror franchise. I didn't realize there was a full franchise. I'll have to watch the franchise at some point. I've only seen the first film. But Children of the Corn is a folk horror story by Stephen King about a young couple who become trapped in a remote Nebraska town. They discover that all the adults have been murdered by a cult of children led by a young preacher who worship a bloodthirsty demonic entity called He Who Walks Behind the Rose.
That's fun.
Have you not seen Children of the Corn?
I have not.
Pretty delightful.
Those kinds of things and like the crime drama shows where they're like, oh, these parents died and it's so mysterious and it turns out like the child killed the parents. I'm always like, I can't have kids. Because I'm going to end up with a child who's standing over at me at 3 a.m. with a knife. I just know it. I just know that's what my genetics are going to produce.
That's one method of birth control.
Sabrina leaves to go to Chocolate Town, and the ants start getting weepy again.
One of them says, our little witch is all grown up. And Salem says, you still have little me.
We do not have an outfit intro because we have a new intro sequence where there are bubbles with the characters floating around. Skye, what are your thoughts on the new intro sequence?
The song is stupid. It's the worst song.
Sabrina.
Secrets. No, I miss the old song. And honestly, the old intro. I'm fine without the outfit intro portion of it. The weird pun at the end.
Okay.
But it's like they're like, ooh, the millennium's coming up. We need to look all weird, CGI bubbly, and change our look to look hip with the times because all the computers are about to die at midnight.
We get a different set of intros next season. So you only have to deal with this for one season.
Okay. What's that? 26 episodes?
Don't know if you're going to think that 5 through 7 is necessarily better.
Oh, probably not.
But it is different.
At least keep the song consistent in an intro. I think that's all I ask for from a TV show. Consistent song.
That is too much to expect from a 90s show.
Buffy could do it, so Sabrina can.
Sabrina rearranges her bedroom to fit another bed for Valerie. Valerie is staying with them instead of going to Alaska with her family. Sabrina also reminds Salem he can't talk when Valerie is there. Salem can't believe the ants agreed to this. The ants blame each other for agreeing to have Valerie come live with them as they decorate for Sabrina's birthday. Zelda starts crying again, saying she just wanted everything to be perfect for Sabrina's last year at home. Hilda joins in the crying. Sabrina unwraps presents and starts on one from her dad. Her dad pops out of the box and hugs her. He's semi-retiring and wants her to come live with him in Paris. What is semi-retiring?
He no longer has to live in a book. He still has to work, but not in a book.
You would think I'd like cut down on hours or something, but that doesn't end up being the case. So I don't know. Sabrina and the ants are shocked. Edward zaps in Sabrina's luggage. Hilda tries to get Sabrina to turn him down, but Zelda drags her into the kitchen. Hilda is upset that Edward is trying to take Sabrina away. Zelda rightfully points out that he's Sabrina's father. Hilda plops into a chair and pouts. Zelda tries to console her, but also starts tearing up. She hears Sabrina coming and again zaps smiles on their faces. Sabrina is excited. Her dad and Gail actually live inside the Eiffel Tower. She notices the ants are crying, but Zelda blames it on onions. Zelda says it's a new cake recipe. Sometimes I just don't understand Martha Stewart.
Oh, I completely missed that.
Martha Stewart, famous for cooking and decorating and home type show things, and also went to jail for insider trading.
Also best friends with Snoop Dogg.
And they have a cookbook together.
They do.
Love it. Harvey arrives at the back door and sees the ants' big smiles, thinking they're having a great time at the party.
During this scene, Salem comments that when I'm upset, I eat. And I would say that when you are Salem, you eat. That is just part of being Salem.
Harvey got Sabrina parking lot passes for the Britney Spears concert so they can listen to the concert from outside.
Harvey says we might get to see her when she runs to the limo.
This is kind of a genius idea from Harvey, and I think the next time an artist comes to USANA that I want to go see, I'm just buying a parking lot pass. Sabrina is still excited and kisses him. He thinks this is going to be the best year ever, and they hug. But Sabrina frowns as she thinks about her dad's offer. Sabrina turns down her dad as the ants excitedly listen in. He understands and asks her to just think about it. Sabrina watches a custodian scrape Mr. Kraft's name off his door. She gets excited thinking that he's not coming back. I'm assuming Zelda and Mr. Kraft are still dating. So wouldn't Zelda have known and would have told Sabrina?
Maybe my wish for season 4 has come true and they're not dating and they just haven't told us that yet.
I think you're maybe a little too early for that. Harvey joins her with some more good news. His friend Brad moved back from Texas. Brad throws a football down the hallway, then hits on a girl. Harvey introduces him to Sabrina, and weird music plays. Brad barely speaks to her, then leaves. Harvey doesn't notice, and Sabrina is left confused. Zelda and Hilda are packing up their potions before Valerie arrives. They hear Salem yelling, "Fire!" and run into the kitchen. A piece of paper is in the toaster burning. Zelda tells him that's a real toaster, not the magic one. Hilda takes the paper out and scolds him for ordering a king-size cat bed.
With magic fingers.
He's ordering it months in advance, so it'll be ready when Sabrina goes to college. Sabrina tries to talk to Brad at lunch, but he blows her off. Sabrina tells Harvey she doesn't think Brad likes her.
If he calls me a freak, I know Libby got hold of some male hormones.
They do reference Libby a lot, so I do appreciate that it's not like Jenny all over again where we just don't acknowledge.
Libby who?
Yeah. Harvey doesn't believe this and takes her to sit at the table with Brad. Brad leaves when they come over. Harvey asks Brad if he has a problem with Sabrina, but Brad denies it. Zelda and Hilda decide to go out to the movies to cheer themselves up.
Zelda says that Revival House downtown is playing a fabulous double feature. Terms of Endearment and Sophie's Choice. Hilda says, perfect. I could use a good cry. Terms of Endearment is a 1983 movie starring Shirley MacLaine, Deborah Winger, and Jack Nicholson. The IMDb synopsis is widow Aurora Greenway juggles her own struggles with a new romantic interest while trying to sort out the emotional problems of her daughter who's married to a philandering husband. Sophie's Choice, which I don't think we actually spoke on when we had Sabrina's Choice episode, is a 1982 movie starring Meryl Streep, Kevin Kline, and Peter McNichol. The IMDb for that is Sophie is the survivor of Nazi concentration camps who has found a reason to live with Nathan, a sparkling, if unsteady American Jew obsessed with the Holocaust, which I think sort of skims over, all the trauma of what Sophie's Choice is about.
Yeah, she has to choose between one of her daughters, right? Okay. Yeah. I was I feel like that's a major point.
IMDb is trying to make you at least want to sort of watch the movie.
I mean, I feel like 44 years after the fact, I think spoiler alerts have expired.
You can write into IMDb and say, hey, here's this. Now give us a free pro subscription.
I like how it's about her relationship with a man and not about the traumatic choice she has to make around her children.
Men, children, yeah.
What is the appropriate time for spoilering, by the way, in your opinion? And is it different for a TV versus a movie?
I think the spoiler period time for a movie is much shorter than a TV series.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know what length of time, but My head is saying.
Like, how long would you expect to be safe from spoilers if you couldn't watch something and you really wanted to?
Maybe like a year right now in today's social media age.
See, I would expect a year for a movie because some people would wait for it to come out on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not see it in the theater. I would say like 6 months for a TV show. Listeners, weigh in on this riveting conversation. Guy, give me something.
I'm trying.
I need you to get a more hyperactive parasite. Let's find the parasite that peps you up.
A little pep in my step.
Brad throws a football at Harvey as he and Sabrina leave the lunchroom and reminds Harvey to be at his place at 7:30. Sabrina is confused. She thought she and Harvey had a date, but the guys are throwing a welcome back for Brad. Harvey figured they could combine it with their date. Sabrina is not thrilled.
Shoot, and I was hoping we'd go out for Chinese water torture.
I will say, in defense of our tangents and our explanation of cultural references, which sometimes people have criticized for us going too far, like when I explained who the Spice Girls were on the CD episode. That being said, there is a younger generation discovering Sabrina. There's some in here that we've identified we don't understand because they're from before our time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're now even further down the road. And so somebody posted in the Sabrina subreddit and was like, I like the show, but there's a lot of references that go over my head because I'm like 25. And I was like, hey, I have a podcast suggestion for you. So I was like, listen to our podcast. We love explaining everything. And somebody else replied to my comment and was like, I was just about to recommend you.
Amazing.
So if you need your references, we do not assume anybody knows anything in this podcast. We explain it all.
Something witchy explains it all. Move over, Clarissa.
Which combines two Melissa Joan Hart, whatever they're called, worlds.
Universes.
Thank you. We may not always have the words, but we will still explain it. Harvey asks Sabrina why she has a problem with Brad. She points out that Brad has a problem with her. Harvey accuses her of not being welcoming. They argue and end up canceling their date. As Sabrina walks off, she runs into Mr. Kraft. She is shocked. He's no longer the vice principal. He is now the principal.
Mr. Kraft says, true. Ineffectual, purely a figurehead Vice Principal Kraft is no more. Now it is all-seeing, all-powerful Principal Kraft. Sabrina says, what am I, Job? I don't know, for any non-religious people here. Here's my...
Which we've established Sabrina is non-religious.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe she picked this up at that church camp thing she helped Valerie with.
Job is shockingly the central figure of the book of Job in the Bible. In Islam, though, Job is also considered a prophet, which I did not know. Job is presented as a good family man who is suddenly beset with disasters that take away all he holds dear, a scenario intended to test Job's faith in God. Struggling to understand this situation, Job reflects on his despair, but consistently remains devout, is the Wikipedia about the book of Job.
Thank you for our religious lesson for the day.
Amen.
Sabrina gets home and calls for the aunts, but they don't answer. She finds a note saying they've gone to the movies and dinner. She's upset they're not there for her. Her birthday was yesterday, correct?
They don't make it clear when her birthday is.
Did we have cake in the morning?
I think it was, birthday was the day before. Dad comes, Harvey comes by, it's an evening, and then the next day is school day.
So she's deeply upset that her aunts went out while she was at school to movie and a dinner. Okay, her aunts cannot have their own lives. Sabrina goes to Salem, who is lying in her bed thinking about redecorating her room.
Do you think a mirrored ceiling would be too much or just enough?
And I love the kitty robot laying on its back with its little paws over the cover. It was so cute.
It was fantastic.
Just then, the phone rings. It's Valerie. Sabrina starts to tell her about everything that's happened, then realizes Valerie is supposed to be on a plane right now. Sabrina sadly hangs up. Valerie isn't coming because she can't leave her family.
Salem exclaims, yes, look who's talking now.
You didn't talk about the Look Who's Talking Now franchise. Do you know that?
No, it was just a funny line from Salem because he was complaining how he couldn't talk.
It is not just a funny line, it is a reference to 1989 romantic comedy film Look Who's Talking, directed by Amy Heckerling, starring John Travolta and Kirstie Alley, about a baby that can talk.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
Or a baby that talks to other babies. I don't think the baby can talk to... Yeah, the baby can't talk to adults.
I will take my children of the corn. You take your Look Who's Talking baby. So it's Boss Baby. 1983 Boss Baby.
Am I insane? Is that not part of the movie? Because they're not mentioning that storyline at all. Is that a different movie?
That would be embarrassing.
Okay, no. It's told from the point of view of her baby who is narrating the movie through voiceover. Okay. Why did Wikipedia not mention that at all? And I'm pretty sure it is yes, because there's a Look Who's Talking Now from 1993. I don't know if there's another one after that, but there's at least the two. Nope, there's a third one. Look Who's Talking Now. Babies. Sabrina complains that this will be the worst year of her life, but then zaps in luggage. She's going to Paris. Sabrina writes Harvey a letter from her dad's apartment in the Eiffel Tower, but she struggles to find the right words. Gail comes in with baguettes. A lot of baguettes. And Sabrina tries to feed Melvin the dog, but her stepbrother zaps in the food from off screen.
Sabrina says, silly me. I was going to do it the mortal way, but then I'm so bourgeois.
I thought bourgeois was when you were like fancy pants. Because isn't that where bougie comes from?
It has different contexts. It was originally meant to be like town dweller was the original origin of word, and it's slowly become more middle class and sometimes used for like extra like rich society. So it covers a whole spectrum.
Okay. They're off to Euro Disney again, but Sabrina hoped she was starting school today. Her dad keeps forgetting to look into it and offers to zap her in a tutor, but she'd rather go to a regular high school.
Her dad says, you are definitely your mortal mother's daughter.
And there's a jab in there about how the French don't shower, or Europeans don't shower. I don't think that's
at least the teenagers.
True. Yeah, I think that might be a universal teenager thing. She also just wants to stay home today. Her dad shows her the Mortal channel on TV where she can look in on people. And this is the third time we've spied on people over the TV. Because we did it at Festas and we did it at the Christmas party and Christmas Amnesia.
And we now know it's a subscription service.
Didn't even Vesta call it the Mortal channel?
Maybe. It sounded just like a free channel though. But her dad complains that at least someone might as well use it.
Sabrina is sure that everyone is having a great time without her. Harvey sadly walks down the hallway and doesn't even try to catch the football Brad throws at him. Brad points out he's been wearing the same shirt for 4 days since the last time Harvey saw Sabrina. Mr. Kraft, meanwhile, is having Sabrina's locker sanitized. We'll have to see if the graffiti is still there next episode. Sabrina sits on the couch with Melvin, wondering if she should even check in on Harvey, but decides to look. She watches Harvey laugh hysterically on the screen and turns it off again. We cut to Harvey having his foot tickled by Mr. Kraft in science class to demonstrate involuntary responses.
1, as principal, Kraft should be making the vice principal take over substitution jobs. And then he also says, may I recommend a strong antifungal to Harvey?
Do we think Mr. Kraft has hired a vice principal, or do you think he's just like, no, I'm going to do it all? I don't need a weak vice principal.
Well, the janitor says the name's being scraped off because the new vice principal's coming in.
Oh, okay. Also, I 100% expected Melvin to speak at some point.
Melvin did like these weird twitches in those scenes. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, if you rewatch this portion of the episode, like every time Sabrina goes to watch a new like person, it like cuts to Melvin and he does like a funky little twitch and it's like, is this dog like somehow impacting what she's watching? Obviously not, but while I was watching I was like, this dog is like sabotaging something somehow. Not the case, but he does do weird twitches in those scenes, so.
It would have been better, like, if at the very end, Melvin finally said something and was, like, silent throughout the whole thing, but until the end.
Yep.
Whatever. Hilda sobs on the couch and Zelda tries to comfort her, but starts crying herself. Zelda tells Hilda to help her with the boxes of potions. Hilda drops her potions and they both turn into penguins.
Hilda says, want to wreak havoc in Gotham City?
Sabrina decides to check in on Zelda and Hilda next. She watches them laugh as well as they make fun of how each other looked as penguins. Suddenly, there's crying off screen. Salem? Salem sobs on Sabrina's bed. He's upset that the drapes clashed with the new comforter he bought, and he can't return them. Sabrina turns off the TV again. She realizes only her dad cares about her, and she vows to do everything she can to fit in there. Zelda scolds Salem for crying about decorating. Salem admits he misses Sabrina and sobs some more.
Specifically, Sabrini. Sabrini. Zelda remarks, you self-absorbed cat. I know that's redundant.
Sabrina tells her father she doesn't actually want to go to a normal high school. He recognizes something is wrong and asks what's bothering her. She starts to say she was supposed to go to the Britney Spears concert, and her dad zaps in Britney, singing Drive Me Crazy. Sabrina watches Britney perform as her dad leaves, happy to see her smiling again. Sabrina quickly realizes this feels weird by herself, and Britney stops singing. Sabrina admits it's not fun alone, and Britney can relate.
Britney says, and sometimes that's the loneliest place to be. You know, maybe that's why I've been having these weird one-on-one dreams so often. They drive me crazy.
Crazy! Brittany teaches Sabrina some dance moves as they discuss whether Sabrina should move back to Westbridge. Brittany tells Sabrina that it sounds like she's running away from her problems and taking the easy way out. Have we not had this lesson before?
Don't think we have, Laura.
Oh my gosh.
I think we need to learn it.
What? You need to have a conversation with people and not just zap off to Paris? Oh my goodness. Okay. Brittany then awkwardly watches Sabrina try to dance and asks to go back home. Sabrina zaps her away.
Sabrina comments, great voice, but she really needs to work on the dance moves.
I would love to see Sabrina doing Britney's dance moves that she does on her current, Instagram reels and TikTok videos, especially the ones with the knives. Those are amazing. Sabrina's dad comes back and says he has to go to Pluto because of a civil war. He will be gone for a while and asks if she wants to go back home. Sabrina nods and hugs him. Sabrina arrives back home to a dark house. She's upset that Hilda and Zelda went out again after her dad told them she's coming home. But they're just in the dining room with a surprise party. A surprise party of Hilda, Zelda, and Salem. Hilda and Zelda hug her and give her cake. Sabrina is thankful for the civil war on Pluto. Zelda immediately is suspicious and grabs Salem to talk to him in the living room.
There's an accusation of the cake has paw prints on it. And Salem remarks, when I'm happy, I eat. When I am Salem, I eat.
Salem admits he may have had something to do with the Civil War, but he only did it to get Sabrina back. Salem is worried Zelda will turn him into the Witches' Council, but instead, she's going to cook him a salmon fillet.
Salem says, all those years of warmongering, and this is the first time anyone's ever said thank you.
Sabrina walks back into school with Harvey hanging onto her back, ecstatic that she's back. Brad gives her a lukewarm greeting. Harvey confronts Brad about being nicer to Sabrina. Brad says Harvey must really love her, and Harvey agrees that he does.
And says, don't tell Coach.
Sabrina watches them walk away, saying that it's going to be the best year ever. Mr. Kraft then sees her and asks what she's doing back, but she zaps him, so he starts dancing to Drive Me Crazy. And that was some amazing physical comedy for Martin Mull, where it actually looked like his limbs were being controlled separately from his head. It was so good. Sabrina and Harvey are in the parking lot of the concert venue, waiting by Brittany's limo with a crowd. Brittany comes out and everyone screams. Brittany notices Sabrina and gives her a confused look. Harvey notices that and says it looks like Brittany knew Sabrina. Sabrina shrugs it off as Mr. Kraft also comes out, still dancing.
Kraft bemoans, they shoot horses, don't they?
Our end tag is a portion of the Drive Me Crazy music video featuring Melissa Joan Hart. And I think that is a sign that we need to watch the Drive Me Crazy movie this season.
I also did see a TikTok that's Melissa on a podcast talking about Drive Me Crazy and her kids watching it. So I think that's a double sign.
Yep. Oh, apparently the song is also just crazy. Parentheses, you drive me crazy. Drive Me Crazy is the movie.
The more you know. I know nothing about the film, so it would be exciting to watch.
I don't either. So we'll go on line together.
Wow.
All right. Last thoughts on this episode, Skye.
It's Brittany, bitch.
It's Sabrina, bitch. Do you want to do the new title thing this season? We don't have a family secret to guess. We could, we find out next episode. I was like, we could do the guess what Brad is, but gets ruined next episode.
Maybe just new title as if I have a good replacement one.
All right. No good replacement for this one?
I think No Place Like Home is pretty.
There was not a single reference to Wizard of Oz, though. I feel like we could have done
yeah,
when she's in Paris, looking out the window at Paris, being like, I don't think I'm in Kansas anymore to Melvin.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in Kansas anymore, Melvin. Yeah, that was a little disappointing.
Next episode is season 4, episode 2, Dream a Little Dream of Me. What do you think it's about, Skye?
That song's going to be stuck in my head forever. We've already had sort of like a Sandman-esque episode, so I have a hard time believing they'll do another like Sandman thing, but also makes me feel like maybe they will based on that title. Or maybe we get the ants again, the sheep, or the evil twin of the sheep.
Oh, I want to see that.
You know, now I can just start throwing in evil twins into any of my guesses.
Sheep evil twin.
Who like causes like bad sleeps. Not big sleeps, bad sleeps.
Do you want me to spoil one little thing for you?
Sure.
Dreama is the name of a person.
So Dreama is the evil twin of the sheep ant. It's going to be a bad time.
I think it might be a bad time, but for other reasons.
Well, bad time because of Brad.
Yes, Brad does have a larger role in next episode.
Ooh, maybe he's related to Dreama or something.
Maybe he's an evil twin.
Ooh.
Well, please join us next time. Until then, like, share, rate, and subscribe to this podcast. Email us at somethingwitchypod@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at somethingwitchypod. Comment wherever you're listening to this podcast, on our social media, on our threads, on our Facebook, in our email inbox, on our Reddit. Let us know if you'd be interested in a Patreon where you get a little more intimate with me and Skye.
And maybe a parasite too.
Maybe a parasite. You have to donate money to name the parasite.
It's like one of those zoo competitions.
Oh, you know, like you know how every Valentine's Day Hawkwatch does the thing where you can name a mouse for somebody you hate and they'll feed it to their hawk, to like the raptors. You can name a piece of lettuce that Skye will feed to the parasite after someone you hate.
We're really banking on this parasite existing.
No one will know. We can lie. You can't see it.
Just a little guy.
Until next time, folks.
Stay meowgical.